For the first time in movie history, two screen giants, Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda, were placed opposite each other in the poignant Academy Award-winning film On Golden Pond, and the results were heartwarming. And I'm sure the 1982 Oscar our next guest received for Best Screenplay Adaptation is only the beginning of awards and honors to come his way. Ernest Thompson, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Did they know, I mean, by any chance that was going to be Mr. Fonda's last film?
No, I don't think anyone knew that. He wasn't terribly well at the time, but he didn't stop. You know, he went and did a television movie after that and a play on top of it. He wanted to do another play of mine. It was a great disappointment that he wasn't able to.
Oh, really? Which one?
It was actually 3 one-act plays called Answers, which finally Burgess Meredith did for cable. But Henry wanted to do it because there was a line, which probably I shouldn't say on this show, but Henry wanted to play an old codger who lived in the woods in Maine, who for 35 years had been writing letters to his senator in Washington, and he would write letters that would say, Senator so-and-so, U.S. Senate, Washington, D.C., dear 7-letter word. And Henry wanted so much to say that word. It's the A word. And, and he really wanted to be able to say it. I think that he was intrigued by that.
Yeah. Interesting thing to want to do after 50 years in the theater, you know. Yeah. Just let me say this one word.
Yeah, yeah. You think by that time he could say anything he wanted to. Right. Even if it wasn't written there, he could just throw it in. Was it exciting? It must have been exciting for you to get those two together, Hepburn and Fonda.
Well, we couldn't get any big names, so...
No, was it a big deal, though, to get those two together? Was it difficult to do?
I wish I could take some credit for it, you know. They both fell in love with the material from different directions and both wanted to put it together, and I think that they had never even met before we did the project. So,
unbelievable.
I'm not sure that either of them wanted the other one, but it's not that there wasn't anyone else who could have played the roles. It just seemed inevitable that the two of them should come together and do it.
You have her working with you on another project now, don't you?
Yeah, she's a part of my very small stable of actors. Actually, she's the only one.
Well, it's all right.
We did a play together immediately after on Golden Pond called The West Side Waltz, which she toured for a couple of years and played on Broadway, and now we're doing a film of it.
So she'll be involved in the film also. How does a guy your age identify with older people like that?
I have no idea. I was listening before to what Ray Bradbury and Graham were saying about ideas, and there was a wonderful interview last week in the Times with Marcia Norman, who just won the Pulitzer for a play called Night Mother, and she said that you don't write, you can't make it happen. All an artist can do is be available to ideas, and
pretty smart.
Yeah, and that's all I hope to be able to do, is just have the doors open enough so that if the metaphor of an older couple comes along and it makes sense to me, and I think that I can make it into a story, then I want to be able to do it.
So it wasn't based on, say, your grandparents or people you knew or whatever?
No, it really wasn't. But I find, probably you find this too, that with my projects, one nudges the next one. And for instance, in The West Side Waltz, Hepburn plays a 73-year-old woman whose friend has committed suicide, but it's just sort of en passant in the play and in the movie. But the idea of recovering from someone else having committed suicide really intrigued me. So I have a new play that we're doing this fall, which we'll do here in Los Angeles and then take to New York, called A Sense of Humor. And it's about the parents of a 25-year-old girl who's killed herself. And it's their struggle to regain their sense of humor. And now it's a whole play. Now it's 2 hours of focusing on that.
So you really got nudged in an interesting direction there.
Yeah, I think so. I wrote it hot on the heels of my own father dying, and I realized that even though I was 29 at the time, I didn't know how to deal with it. None of us know. It's the great mystery. But and I don't know any answers either. But what I want to do is suggest possibilities suggest turning to your loved ones and going on. But I'm real excited about that because Jack Lemmon and Estelle Parsons are playing the parents.
So once again, you couldn't get any big names.
Yeah,
it's
really.
tough.
I'm very lucky.
You'll get better, though. You'll get better at it. You will.
Well, you're involved right now in an upcoming local project in Venice.
am,
If you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm involved, but I think it's something about self-Robin Hoodism or something that those of us who get lucky and get to make a little bit of money and get to know a lot of interesting people can give back sometimes. And there's a free clinic in Venice, California, that is there for the medical services for people who have no money. People pay an average of $2 to go to this clinic. And on May 15th, there is what is known as the Art Walk, where people will go and pay $25, which is tax deductible. I'm supposed to say that's tax deductible. And you pay $25 and get the privilege, and this is really wonderful, of going into 25 or 30 different studios of local California artists. Some of whom are wonderful. I mean, just fantastic artists, and you get to see how they work, see their homes and their work. It's a fabulous idea. And last year, the clinic raised about $150,000 from doing it, and hope to do better this year. And I think it's great. It's because it's three different things happening at once. It's a chance for people to go out and appreciate art. It's a chance for artists who are not visible, like Graham, to be seen and to have people walk into their studios and see how they work.
And it's on May 15th.
It's May 15th, and it benefits a wonderful cause. It's just great.
It's all that counts.
The idea of giving back is a great thought.
That's right.
We've all taken a lot out of this business. It's been very good to us.
We got to take a little break. We'll be back with Robert Pine from NBC's Chips.